This is a story about faking it till you make it. You know, I say you got to fake it till you make it. You got to fake it till you make it. Sometimes that's a good idea. Sometimes that's not a bad idea. But basically, this story has everything to do with faking it till you make it and manifestation. This is a story about Drake. So Drake was gifted a Rolls Royce he used to rent for $5K a month to keep up appearances. This is a complex story. So Drake, who, by the way, is now 35 years old. That's crazy.
Drake is 35 years old.
You know how much Drake is worth?
I don't know.
150 million.
150 million.
150 million. But back in the day, 2007, he was 21 years old, young buck. He did his Degrassi High stuff.
Yeah,
Probably had a couple bucks to his name, but he certainly wasn't rolling in the deep in the green, right?
Adele reference.
Adele reference. He didn't have a lot of loot. He was 21 years old back in 2007, and he basically said, I had to fake it till I make it. So what he said is, and this is a word that I want to use more often, he said, I had to finesse this Rolls-Royce Phantom rental to convince people that we were destined to make it. He says, I used to scrape together $5K a month to keep up appearances. Basically, fake it till you make it. He had no money. He was dropping $5K a month, 60 grand a year to roll around in a Rolls-Royce Phantom. So he basically talked about he was manifesting, yo, I'm going to be a freaking rap star.
This is interesting, dude, because this kind of goes against your
I'm going to go somewhere with this.
Hey, I'm curious.
So now, basically, fast forward, 35 years old, worth 150 million. His friend now, 2021, here's we go. And his friend is called Future the Prince. And he basically says he tracked down the exact car that he used to basically stress over, making $5K a month. And this guy bought the car and gifted it to him. And he basically says, Drake says, it's mine now. Manifestation complete. Full circle, right? Okay. So this is 14 years later. So he basically says, look, I get it. I don't necessarily condone spending money that you don't really have on material things, for sure in this case. But this was what he calls extreme manifesting, all right? So manifesting, going all in. I'm burning the ships, okay? I'm doing all in. So let me tell you something. I don't have a crazy, I was rocking a Rolls Royce Phantom for $5 grand a month. But looking back, I said, okay, what can I take from this story that I was willing to do to bet on myself, to keep up appearances? And I said, you know what? When I was broke as shit, 27 years old, just starting the financial career, I needed a nice suit. And I invested in a nice suit. Probably spent $1,000 on a suit that I was like, yeah, I'm freaking sleeping in this suit if I need to, okay? Yeah. But I wore it to every single meeting, every business conference. Like, I would change maybe shirts, but I would rock this dope navy blue suit constantly.
Do you still have it?
No, that's 15 years later.
It'd be cool if you,
ironically, it was a Donald Trump suit.
Oh, how the turntables.
How things have changed. This is when Donald Trump, the businessman, before the president. Ironically, it was a Trump suit, a DJT, Donald Trump suit, pinstripe. Oh, I thought I was the coolest guy around. God. But basically, I invested in myself. I bought a Donald Trump $1,000 suit, and I said, "Yo, I'm gonna make it in the business world. I'm gonna figure this thing out. And if not, I'm gonna look good while doing it."
Yeah.
So that was my Rolls Royce Phantom. I could not afford $1,000 at that point in my life.
Yeah.
On a suit, but I said, this is something that I'm gonna wear to every single business meeting. That I'm gonna rock. That is gonna make me feel good and make me look good. You know.
Yeah.
You know, they say, you know, you look good, you feel good, you perform good.
Yeah.
Boom. And it worked out well for me. So I'm not saying that I'm condoning these types of things, but let's say I would have spent that money on a watch. That watch really wouldn't have done. Nobody's going to do business because I got a cool watch. So a lot of people out there will maybe spend that money on a car to keep up appearances. But Drake this was called extreme manifesting. You ever fake it till you make it? Have you ever done anything that you would fake it till you make it?
No, I haven't. But this reminds me of a little story from a little country we talked about a few weeks ago.
Papua New Guinea?
Where they were like, let's fake it till we make it, boys. Buy those Maseratis.
Yes.
And we shat on them pretty hard.
Pretty hard.
So where it's like, well,
where do you draw the line?
Yeah, Drake kind of just got lucky, you could say.
Well, okay. Here's how I would have turned this. This extreme manifesting. Drake has basically said, I'm going all in.
Yeah, Papua New Guinea
on this
did the
rap
same
career.
thing. They're like, we're going all in on this country thing.
No.
And we're going to rent these Maseratis to fake it till we make it.
Now we're in debt. But that's a poor country. They were doing
Yeah,
that.
Drake was a poor man back then.
They were doing that to impress people.
So was Drake. He just said so.
But the difference was extreme manifesting. He said, I'm going to forget. Drake is a talented dude. He knew that he had talent.
Papua New
There's
Guinea.
nothing talented about Papua New Guinea.
You don't know that.
You don't know about Papua New Guinea? Anyway, look. This is Drake's. Like, did it work out well for Drake?
I
So
think this
you
is-
can't be an asshole and say, not that you're being an asshole. You can't say, I would never. It clearly worked out well for Drake.
Yeah, but I think that's such a scary thing to put into the minds of young, impressionable kids that are like, oh, I want to be like Drake, and it worked for Drake. Man, I got to do the same thing. I got to invest in this dumbass purchase. Gotta fake it till I make it. And then next thing you know, you're 29 and you're still like, hey, I'm gonna be the next new thing. Y'all better watch out.
No.
And you're still waiting. And because I have a bunch of friends that I'm like, you still think, huh? Okay, buddy.
Well, there
'Cause at
is-
one point, I think it's like, I don't believe in the whole like you can do whatever you want to do. No, I think it's like, dude, at one point, you're just not good. You're just not good. You have to find your thing. And although you want this to be your thing, dude, I would give anything to play for Chelsea.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So
hear
maybe
you.
I should just move on to something I'm actually good at.
Well, Drake was good at rapping. I think that was the thing.
Sure, exactly. So it worked out for Drake because he's good at it.
Yes.
But people are like, if he do it,
Know
I
your
can do
limits
it.
is what you're saying.
Know your limits, bro.
Know your limits.
If it's
Stay in
been
your
years
lane.
and you've seen no change in your damn SoundCloud,
Well, that's what
not
I
gonna
respect
work
about Lil Dicky, speaking of rappers, is he's basically saying, I'm going to be the anti-rapper. I'm going to save that money.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
not going to pretend to be some ultra,
Exactly.
rock and shit. Look, people see past the rappers making it rain, spending money. They get it, bro. Like,
yeah, exactly.
kind of an idiot
dude.
here.
That's why Lil Dicky made it because he does have that.
because he's real. He's authentic.
He's real. He's authentic.
fiscal conservative. Save that money.
And it's
we going to save that money.
exactly no,
Yes,
and
I
that's
agree.
a whole music thing that I can get into where it's like be genuine.
Okay.
And then people will like that. But if you're trying to mimic and copycat Drake
So,
Future,
so there
you'll
is
be
a
nowhere.
fine line, is what you're saying, between faking it till you make it
Yeah.
and extreme manifestation.
Yes.
And understand the difference.
100%.
And understand where you're at on the linear equation of I'm just faking it Papua New Guinea style,
Yeah.
or I'm extremely manifesting this Drake style.
'Cause I think
and
that-
where you're at on that.
Yeah. Also, dude, Drake also had, his foot in the door. He was on Degrassi. He had connections. So, like,
Okay.
he could kind of afford to fake it till he made it. Because he did this during Degrassi days or prior?
This is in 2007. I think his first big hit was maybe in 2010.
So
This
he's
is
on the
before he
network.
popped.
He's got, but if you're some dude from Broward, not saying that you can't make it,
Okay.
but it's like, be careful, bro.
Because you could end up
You could end up
failing miserably and being in debt, and
Yeah,
it's not a good look.
exactly,
Okay, well,
exactly.
I think we had a good little banter. I think we had a little disagreement there. I think that not everything is as easily defined as faking it till you make it, extreme manifestation. Understand the difference. For me, I bought a nice suit. It was an investment. I faked it till I made it, until I started actually doing business. But if I would invest in that into a car, maybe that wouldn't have been the best approach. So understand what you're
That's
doing.
exactly what you said. No one would have given a shit if you had a nice watch.
Nobody.
No one would have given a shit if you had a nice car.
No.
People give a shit that you have hey, this guy looks good.
This guy looks good. Fake it till you make it. So understand there's maybe when you fake it till you make it, there's different ways to approach that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk is money. All we talk is money.
If you enjoyed that short clip from the Soscast, click here to watch another. Click here to watch the full episode, or just stay broke.